Hello everybody. You know, no matter where you fish for bass, creeks, rivers, ponds, lakes, reservoirs, there's always going to be a few bass that can be caught shallow. You know, maybe that accounts for all the recent attention of shallow swimmer crankbaits. Or possibly it's because with a couple of tricks and a few tips, almost any fisherman can use one more effectively. Either way, it's a dandy little bait that you need in your tackle box. Tell you what, now let's go and fish it, okay? Many anglers honestly believe that all you have to do with these little guys is tie one on, cast her out, reel her back, and the lure with all its built-in action will do the rest. Well, that's true to a degree, but there's a whole lot more to it than just that. He swallowed it. Get my little pliers. Easy, easy does it. You just pop that right. Got it. Old chunky thing. Bye-bye. You know, like I mentioned, there's more to a crankbait than just chucking it out and winding it in. Consider these questions. Are there conditions when one bait is better than another? How do you choose the best color for a particular situation? When do you select a large size versus a small size? How do you select the bait that'll catch the most fish? What happens when you switch to a heavier or lighter weight line? How about presentation? Should I crank it? Fast, slow, steady, or erratic? What weight line should I fish with? How do you control your depth with a swimmer bait? For some bass anglers, not knowing the answers to these questions can make crankbait fishing a little uncomfortable from time to time. Got this 8-pound line on. That little rascal pull. Stripping that drag. Look at him go. Using these little Acris Quantum PT reels and little Acris medium light rods. And these little bass giving you all you want with them. With 8-pound Grand Slam Select line. All right now, buddy. Come in here. Come up here, Timmy. All right, don't act crazy. Come here. Oh. If you don't calm down, can't get the hook out. Just about fell out. That's a fun size little fish to catch on light tackle, I'm telling you. You know, when you understand a particular lure's characteristics, you'll sure make a much better judgment as to when and where the lure's going to do its best job. Like I've said many times, all shallow running lures are not created equal. There's a big difference between them. Some wiggle, some wobble, but both have their place. They'll all move water, but the wider the wobble, the more water it moves. Therefore, it's a better choice in darker water. That thing has got the moves. Just a little old tight, look at that. Little old tight fine wiggle to it. And it looks just like a shad. I mean, just like a shad or a shiner coming through there. I mean, the tail actually just doing that back of that tail is just swimming. It doesn't go do all that. It just swims like naturally like a shad would swim or a shiner would swim. Bait I'm using today is a laser eye shad made by the good folks at Bass Pro Shop. It's a swimmer bait. It has a durable, soft plastic holographic finished body, and it's available in 3 sizes, a 3-inch, 4-inch, and a 5-inch. Now, some of the features I really like about it are, as I said, it's soft, not hard. And when bass are soft biting, they won't turn it loose as quick simply because it feels so natural, enabling you to get a much better and a quicker hook set. It's a double jointed action that produces a natural swimming motion, and it creates a highly attractive vibration that fish detect from a long distance. It also has oversized eyes, which is a major attraction. Why? Well, predator fish like the bass use the eyes of prey fish as focal or aiming points during the strike. Here we go, here we go, here we go. What are you doing there, young man? You ain't big. You ain't all that big. You just act tough, that's all. All right, easy. Easy now. There we go. Tell you what, let's talk about line for just a minute. You know, I feel that when you're using bait casting equipment, 15 to 17 pound test is a good starting place when it comes to fishing line, but it isn't the place to stop. As we all know, different line tests, as well as different materials, have different diameters. So it only makes sense that different diameters are going to change the running depth of your bait. 2 to 4 inches in one direction or in the other can make a big difference in skinny water. Example, bringing your crankbait up a bit is going to wiggle or wobble and bang its way into cover instead of plowing into the bottom and loading it up with mud, sticks, or debris. When fishing a crankbait, it's smart to try and learn to deflect it off any and everything in the water. They're thick right there. That's a better one. Come right out at you. Ooh, this light tackle, that's fun. Whoa. Come on back. Tugging time. All right, come here. Come here, mister. My turn. They like that little bait. Yes, they do. That's a big old long planky looking job, ain't it? Yep. See you around, Buster. You know, anytime I'm fishing the shoreline, I try and parallel it as much as possible and try to make repeated casts to high percentage spots and areas with different types of presentations. Those key spots are normally going to be the areas with cover close to deeper water. The cover could be visible or submerged, and what's submerged that you can't see, you'll feel with your lure. Another one. What are you doing there, boy? You're going out that way. No, that grass. Now come on back over this way. Little tough thing, you. All right, don't act crazy. Don't act crazy. Open your little bitty mouth, and I'll do that little surgery on you. Fooled you, didn't I? Didn't I? Makes it so good. Got a big deep water ledge. It just goes all the way around here. It's a flat all the way around. You see those little pad stems, little new pads coming up right there? It sits right on the edge of that.
Power pole down right on the edge of it. You got a cut coming through there and a cut coming through there and a cut coming through right over there. This runs about 9, 10 feet and it comes up on a flat right here. You got this deeper water right through here. It comes out of this 9 and 10 foot water. Jumps up real quick right here. Up to about 3 or 4 feet. See that sharp drop right there? On up to about less than 2 feet. There you go. Boy. They come right off in that deeper water. Whoa, boy. A little drag there. These little Quantum Acras, what I'm using is an HSX 54 graphite rod. It's a high modulus little number. 6'6", medium, light, with an Acras PT reel, using 8-pound Trilene XL. Talking about this little bait, it's really got the perfect moves, the perfect action. And no doubt, action is the key element in a fishing lure. It relates to 2 different areas. First, action means the motion the lure has, the wiggle or wobble. And the second action is what the fisherman does, how he or she works the lure on the retrieve. Keep in mind that a straight, steady retrieve only catches a small percentage of fish. What you do on the other end of that rod to produce an erratic stop-and-go action to the lure will make a big difference in the number of strikes you get. Someone asked me the other day, what is the best size laser eye shad to use, the 3-inch, the 4-inch, or the 5-inch? Well, when it comes to the best size to use, you got to consider the type of equipment you plan to use. The lake, the terrain, the water clarity, time of year, the size of the forage, all have a lot to do with it. This is something you simply need to experiment with. Oh, that's a better fish there. Oh, yeah. This is a big one. Boy, it is a good one. Whew, big old fish. I mean, a big one. I'm up here, that little brother Ben. Look at that one. That little bitty bait caught this great big fish. That little bitty laser eye shad. Another from a little peanut. All right, baby. I'm gonna let you go. I'll let you go. See you. In closing, let me say, there's no magic swimmer bait that'll catch bass every day, everywhere. This one comes pretty close. But if you'll remember a few of the things we've discussed, I honestly believe you'll catch them more days than not. I hope so anyway. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Now I've gone fishing with Bill Dance today.